Welcome to the Rick Helps Real Estate Show. We try to take an objective look at the Arizona real estate market with no agenda. This is where I like to recap the week and some of the things that I saw going on in the market. Now, if you think the market's going to go up, sideways, or go down, I hope you find some data here that helps you get some direction and helps you with your home sale or your home purchase. Now, what we're seeing, and this was actually backed up by Realtor.com this week, is there's a thing called stale on market. If your home's been on the market for 120 days, your price is too high. And we're seeing that nationally. What's happening is sellers are going, well, my neighbor down the street got this price 6 months ago. I want that. Well, times have changed. We're slowing down. Interest rates have gone up. It is what it is. But sellers are pricing too high, and they are here in the Arizona market. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples and why that's not good for you. And it's not alarming. If you take a look at the equity that most sellers have, going in and pricing too high in this market, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. But there's a lot to be said about coming in too hot and the effects of that. But so the first thing I want to look at is the average list price that we're seeing right now. And you can see here it's going up. The beginning of the year here, people are coming in. I call it coming in hot. So we finished the year over here, and we're coming in slightly higher. Now, over here, sellers were not getting their list price. So why are we coming in high now? Well, it's just seasonal optimism. That's the only thing I can chalk it up to. And so I'm seeing some, and I'm going to give you a really good example of a listing that I saw come up. Actually, it didn't just come up, just bumped into it. But here's where we're at. Here's our snapshot here. Here's our annual average, monthly average, shown in our monthly average over the last 12 months, up 7.9. Annual average, annual appreciation, up 4.2%. Now, here's what I saw. I saw a listing in Chandler, and it was a very nice home. But they purchased it in 2022, about the middle of 2022. That's kind of where we peaked, for $440,000. Now, they already purchased it after it had been remodeled, and they did a nice flip on this house. Keep in mind, $440,000 in 2022. Well, what did they do? They put it on the market this year, actually 112 days ago, for $599. Now that's a 36% increase over 2022. Why? When the annual appreciation actually is around 6%. If they wanted to be priced right, they should have come in at about $466,000. Why $599? Too much optimism. My neighbor got this. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing that. A realtor agreeing to say, sure, I can sell it for that. They probably went with the realtor that gave them the highest price. It's not going to appraise at that. You have a problem. The fact that it's been on the market 112 days tells you you already have a problem. Now, there may be mitigating circumstances why they had to sell within a 2-year window. I don't know. This is slightly outside of the 2-year window. But I see that more and more right now, and people need to be careful. Here we are today at our active listings. Now, we've been saying that they're going to go up again. They go up seasonally. And they are clipping up at a pretty good clip. Right now, probably about 500 to 700 homes per week being added to the market. I recapped this week that's probably going to put us at about 26,000 units by the end of February, right about here, as we continue to go at this clip. Normal, it's been about 27,000. But one of the things I wanted to illustrate was, let me remove some years here, and let's just look at 2007. This is when the wheels were starting to fall off the wagon. There was a lot of FOMO in 2006. 2007 was when people started to realize there was a problem brewing. Oops, my neighbor didn't get what he was asking for his house. Looks like my house may not be worth what I paid for it. I'm going to be upside down on my mortgage. They started to panic. We got up to 57,000 listings here. Well, what happened to sales? Did sales follow along? Well, here's our listings under contract right now, and you can see that we're over here, and we're actually right kind of where 2007 was. Now in 2007, listings under contract spiked at the end of February and then fell off drastically. Well, falling off when you have this many listings is a recipe for disaster. Now, do I see that happening now? I don't. You can kind of glean your own opinions from that, but we certainly don't have the lending products that were out there then. Remember, people's mortgage rates tripled in some cases. They put 0 down, 1% down. Interest rates were ticking around about 7%, kind of like today. But their mortgage was only 1% or 2%. It was adjustable rate. So they were getting in with hardly any skin in the game at all, getting in and paying a payment of 1%. All of a sudden, it resets to 7%. You get your letter in the mail. Oh, crud. But the person that sold you the house said, don't worry, you'll have plenty of equity. You can get out when you want. Not if we have 58,000 listings and sales are down at record lows. That's when you have problems. Right now, we have a months of supply of 4.1. Anything at between 4 and 6 is considered normal. But people are pricing at below normal inventory levels. People are pricing like it's 2021 again. And I applaud them for their optimism, but these mortgage rates right now are holding you back. We had a better week. We went 7.18 down to 7.08, or it was actually 7.17, improving not by much. What we're seeing here in the Crawford Market Index is that we did have some improvements in the cities from Mesa above, being in what we call the seller's market. But some of the outlying areas where there's a lot of new construction are just getting hammered. 53 in Buckeye, 53.5 Maricopa, 68, 70, 77. Those are all buyers' markets. Now, one of the other things that we're experiencing right now is tomorrow, new president, new direction. Nothing's going to change overnight. But the bond market is already seeing things in what we call baking in the cake. We've seen the central bank lower interest rates, the overnight rate, by 0.75, no, 100 now, 100 basis points. Why haven't rates gone down? Well, the bond traders, the federal government is having to issue more and more bonds to finance the debt. And in order to get people to buy these bonds at the auction, they're finding themselves having to offer more because the bond traders are not 100% convinced that inflation's under control. They think it's going to go up. Now, why do they think it's going to go up? A lot of different reasons. For the most part, they think that the trade tariff talk is aggressive and it may be too aggressive, but we won't know until time goes by. People say, yes, it's going to be terrible. Other people say, no, it's not. But the bond traders, by and large, are kind of saying, yeah, it might be a problem. So we don't think inflation is going to come under control. But saw an interesting chart and comment on this, and this is called the money supply index. Anytime the money supply goes up, that's a precursor for inflation, regardless of any trade tariffs that are out there. And you can see these two charts, a year-over-year change, federal funds rate change, and you can see that the money supply, M2, is going up. The money supply is the little beige number down here. I'll get my handy-dandy magnifying glass, and you can see where it's climbing. So that is something that the traders are watching as well, and the central bank is certainly watching. And as we go into the year, remember, they keep saying, well, we're going to be watching the data on a month-by-month basis. So what we can expect is just a lot of volatility. You're going to see rates 7.08, 6.8, 7.1, 6.5, 7.2. I think that's going to go on all year. It all depends on the unemployment numbers, the CPI, what the new administration is going to do. And here's our list price per square foot pending listings. You can see the list price per square foot for pending listings is slightly higher. Now, keep in mind that says they got a contract, but that doesn't mean they got their price. A lot of people are adding at least $10,000 to seller contributions, helping their home sell. But when we look again at that, a chart that's similar, and we show here the average sales price, it hasn't spiked up as much as the average pending listing price. It's gone up a little bit, but it has not gone up at 60% as I showed you on that one chart. And the danger is right now people are pricing right here when they should be down here. So take a look at your pricing, take a look at it carefully with your realtor, and determine if you're sitting in the right spot. Now, down below, there's a link to register for my newsletter. It goes out every Monday morning at 8 o'clock, and it looks like this. It's very mobile friendly now. It wasn't before. It was awful. I couldn't stand to read it myself. I fixed that. So what I do is I show the Cromford Market Index and their commentary. This is a quick read for you. I show this right here from the Macro Institute, same chart I just showed you here. And then I simply have my opinion down here on what I think is going on in the market currently. And it's a quick read. So if you're not getting my newsletter, click on the link below. It comes out every Monday morning at 7 a.m. And I hope to see you signing up soon. Talk to you soon. Inauguration is tomorrow. Hold on to your hats, folks. Take care.